Hey there, hello from the THEOMI team. This is going to be a quick explainer on the mock interview process within THEOMI and how to perfectly utilize it. So, as we know, mock interviews are a very useful tool in your MBA interview preparation as it helps you simulate the kind of experience that you might have in front of a panel. You will be questioned on various aspects of what you've been preparing for. There might be some kind of simulation of the feedback that comes through, and of course, we'll give the actual feedback as well. And we'll also be helping each other by providing the transcripts to the general audience. So in this video, I will take you through the mock PI process, how one might get selected, and then what to do afterwards. All right. So the mock PI process really starts when a mentor is able to make some time for a mock PI. As we know, we're all busy people, mentors especially as they're doing their MBAs, hectic schedules right now. So let's be considerate of that time. Let's be sure that we appreciate them afterwards as well. And also make sure that we've done like a minimum level of preparation. You do not need to be 100% prepared, but you do need to kind of know your base, like how to tell you about yourself, how to explain why you want an MBA and stuff like that. But again, the process starts when a mentor puts a message in the interviews channel, and they'll put a message which describes the time of the interview. If there is a preferred background in this, you can see that it's open to all, by when you should fill the form, and what the mentor ID is. Along with this, they'll also provide a form where you can enter your interest. So we'll go to that form right now. It's pretty straightforward. You'll need to include your email as a response because your Telegram username is tagged to that, it's mapped to that. And then these are some instructions that you need to carefully read through. These are something that you'll be acknowledging. So acknowledge that. You'll be given the mentor ID in the message. As I said, you can type that down, and you're also acknowledging that, hey, have this is my actual registered email address, it's mapped to my username, and that you'll also share your basic CV. Now, next thing, like I said, we do expect like a minimum amount of preparation from you, which does not even have to be that deep, but please make sure that you're at least ready for like the hygiene review questions. So these could be like, tell me about yourself, why MBA, what are your strengths and weaknesses, what are your hobbies, short and long-term goals prepared, other basic HR questions, and then your top three UG subjects and or your work ex prepared. But really the main thing here is your autobiography. That's one of the key moments of THEOMI, having your autobiography done. So please do try to do that because that will also give you a prioritization edge, which I'll get to. But here, as long as you've done at least four of these, that's like a minimum mode of preparation that we hope to see. And you can then move on. So after you do this, you can submit your response, after which you'll be eligible for the mock PI. And then your details will be loaded into the database for the interview selector. Now, how the interview selector works is that they do have like a prioritization scheme, and there's also randomization going on. So, among the batch of candidates who have applied, the names will be randomized, and then priority would be given to people who have submitted their autobiography. The reason this happens is because when you have written your autobiography, you're really taking like a very deep look into. You already kind of rehearsed your life throughout the times, and you kind of know the story that you're going to tell. So that's the reason why autobiography are prioritized. But it's not like the other people do not have a chance either. Another scheme of prioritization is by number of interviews taken. So if you've taken a prior interview and there are candidates who have never taken an interview, it makes logical sense to select the person who has never taken an interview. So those will be the people who get prioritized, people who have done autobiographies and people who may not have done, or people who have done lesser interviews earlier. On the basis of this, you'll be selected in this message, you'll be tagged in it, and you'll be asked to send your CV. There are primary profiles given here of the mentor. There are also the interview guidelines that you should follow. The meeting room link will be shared by the mentor later on, but please make sure to read through this. But a key point here is that we expect you to be active, right? Like in the message itself, we've typed out the time of the mock PI and by when your form is expected to be filled. So please make sure that you're active in between those times so that if you get selected, you can ensure that the mentor knows that you're prepared and ready for the interview so that it does not end up becoming a waste of time. And that you also DM your CV or any other details to the mentor so they can have a better look at your profile and be able to give you a richer interview experience. So for joining the mock PI itself, we use Google Meets, and in the Google Meets, there is a feature where sometimes you have to request to join. However, we're trying to kind of move that away. And for that, we do have a THEOMI Google group set up. So if you haven't joined it already, please make sure to join it with your registered email ID, which you'll be using to join these meetings. And upon using that, you'll be able to join these meetings without any delay. You'll be able to join in without any, like I said, delay in joining, and it'll be a better experience for both the mentor and the mentees who join. It's also highly encouraged that you join as a spectator, since you'll be able to second-hand experience how an interview process is like. Even if you don't get selected for the interview, if you're available at the time, please make sure to join the interview. You'll be able to kind of see what kind of questions get asked, how the mentor kind of goes along with what the mentee says. In some case, you'll be able to see how some mentees are able to kind of manipulate how the interview goes by providing a point that the mentor latches on, and so on. So again, joining as a spectator is very important. Within the mock interview itself, initially they might start with like a quick intro. Some might just jump into the interview directly, depends on mentor to mentor. But over the interview, they'll test you on some aspects of your preparation so that you know what to prepare further. And then after the interview, they'll also give you like actionable feedback where you can improve, what you need to do further, stuff like that. Then there'll be like a short Q&A session where the audience can also ask a few questions if they'd like to. And then after that, the mock PI ends. Thing is, even after the mock PI ends, there is another short step where we request your transcript. And the reason we request your transcript is that if there were people who are not available, but who are interested in your interview or in your background to see what kind of messages came up, what kind of questions came up, these transcripts are very, very important in providing that necessary info. So please make sure that you provide your mock transcripts as well, and it'll be picked up by the bot, and we'll help you write it down, we'll help you post it, all of that will be fully supporting you. But yeah, that's a brief overview of the mock PI process, beginning from the selection to the extermination. That was a horrible word. But I hope this helps. I hope you guys use this information. I hope you really, really utilize this mock PI opportunity, because again, this is something that the other institutes provide for a cost, but we're trying to pay it forward. We're trying to make it more accessible to everyone. So I do hope that you appreciate the effort that the mentors are putting in. Put an appreciation note for them in later on. Follow up with them if you have to. But again, thank you so much for being a part of THEOMI, and I hope this message helps you well.